This municipality is definitely unique because it is one of the highest settlements in Hungary in a high altitude valley. And it means that they have a relatively long heating season. And just because it is a valley, the air pollution is really a huge problem in the heating season, because the settlement does not have access to the national gas grid, so most of the inhabitants have to use firewood. And the problem is that it is very surprising, but somehow they don't know how to use the firewood properly and efficiently. But this village is not really special. Unfortunately, the situation is very, very similar in almost every settlement in the whole country. So the people use wet firewood in the countryside and in the cities as well, and use municipal waste as well, which is definitely a huge problem. The main barrier to change the situation is a kind of governmental policy to keep the energy prices relatively low. The main thing, if they believe that the price is low, it means that they don't want to improve the situation. They don't want to increase the insulation, for example. They don't want to change the windows. They don't want to use renewable sources just because the price of the equipment is higher as a kind of first step. And it is also a kind of general problem that people tend to deal with their own small problem, small family, and just in short term. And people are not interested in to deal with the huge community or the country, and they don't want to deal with the next generation. That is a huge problem as well. Final goal would be to create a completely different system. I am not really sure about this final goal, just because we have just started this work in the region, but some kind of local district heating would be one relatively good possibility. But as a first step, it seems that it would be much easier to reach a relatively big step with this change from wet firewood to dried firewood. And we also need to educate local community how to use firewood, just because it is very strange that in that area in the middle of the forest, people don't really know how to use the firewood. They don't know how to create a good heating system in their households. The biggest problem is the approach of the Hungarian government. So if we are talking about the energy communities, in Hungary it is not possible to create such an energy community focusing on the heat. It is theoretically possible to create energy communities dealing only with electricity. So that is the biggest barrier, I think. And the other problem is this reduced price of the fuel, just because it means that the people are not interested in the development in this field.